Hello neighbors, it's Crazy Double D with HD Gaming Live, and I'm here with another review. This is the Technomancer. Is this like a sci-fi Skyrim? Let's find out. At first, it did feel like a sci-fi Skyrim, but as I played more and more of it, it felt like a post-apocalyptic Mass Effect, if you can get that through your head. Ambiance is a big deal for any game. When you have atmosphere and a setting to go with it, it really brings a game together. Luckily, the Technomancer uses its ambiance and really sets the mood. The mood is a serious one. This game takes itself very seriously, so you should take this game very seriously. I get a Total Recall vibe. The original Total Recall 2, the good one, not that crappy new one. There's a class-based social structure on Mars, and it's ran by corporations, blah 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 blah, blah water, brr. Character creation is simple. Some preset faces and hair, nothing big, but it's acceptable. A weird thing is all the Technomancers kind of start to look alike through the story, which is weird. The visual customization will come with the loot. The fat loots. Headgear, shirts, armor, gloves, weapons, pants, boots. Your gear can be customized through crafting. Crafting parts will be found in trash cans, piles of trash, and enemy bodies. The cool thing about crafting is each permutation you craft for that piece of armor or weapon is visually represented. So at times I had an issue figuring out if I wanted a lame new grip tape on the handle to give more raw damage for my knives, or take the disruption percentage, which I didn't use too much, but it came with a sweet set of spikes on the hilt. Fun stuff. The controls aren't complicated, but they are complex. Each combat stance has its own moves and actions, making figuring out each one kind of a task. This isn't a game to pick up for a few minutes or an hour. This game requires lots of attention and lots of time. Combat isn't as bad as it looks. Let me explain. Visually, combat looks awesome. Very cinematic, and the way he moves with each combat style is gorgeous. Initially, I thought this was going to mean slow and frustrating combat. It turns out it's quite responsive. It walks the line of button mashing and clunky combat very well. They chose animation over free movement. So that means when turning around or trying to face a different direction, or making tiny adjustments to get closer to the thing you're going to loot, means a lengthy animation, making it quite a chore to move around in confined spaces. It's the one thing I never truly grasped in my long time with this game. Choices, choices, choices. Choices affect the outcome, not only of your current situation, but others down the line. I talked my way into somewhere where if I hadn't had a high enough science skill to persuade the guards to let me in, this area would have been very different. Deadly, even. You have to know where you are, what faction resides there, and what their territory is. Fighting isn't the only way out of each situation. In fact, it can get you into more trouble than you can handle. Know when to run, when to sneak, and when to keep your weapon sheathed and your mouth shut. But sometimes it's fun to open up a can of Technomancer whoop-ass on a gang of fools. Each choice and its different outcomes won't always be clear. Each decision has the potential for major repercussions. So take the time to listen to what people are saying and make sound decisions. Unless you thrive on chaos. One of my favorite part of any RPG is gathering and putting together a team. Through this game, you will make friends and enemies based on what decisions you make in certain missions. For your friends, you can recruit them and have them part of your team. You can outfit your members with gear you have acquired. Finding a new weapon for Phobos here is as much as a treat as it was for finding a new weapon for me. This game is huge. Buckle in and prepare your for sinking a ridiculous amount of time into this game. The areas are massive, making all the fetch quests and go talk to this guy quests kind of annoying. There are a ton of different stories to follow, and you're free to take quests as they come and play the way you want. I opted for a rogue stance build that didn't use other combat stances, and I didn't sneak around. I tried everything I could to not kill anyone. Some people did deserve it, though. So, if you're longing for a dense, serious, and content-packed action RPG, the Technomancer is a perfect game to dive into. Again, just make sure you set aside the time to play this, because damn. Big game. I will go out on a limb and say this is one of the games that you need to play at some point in the PlayStation 4's lifetime. It's the Total Recall game we never got. It's going to hold you over until the next Mass Effect. And we're not talking Mass Effect 2 or 3, those awful, disgusting games to the name. We're talking about the original Mass Effect. So if you're looking for an action RPG, I'm telling you, this thing could hold you over until the holiday season, easily. Check it out, neighbors. Hey, neighbors! Hope you liked the review and found it informative enough to make a purchase. Or not. I really appreciate the comments. Keep rocking, and I'll see you at the next block party.